start.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, forensic networkers. And tonight we got to do something fun. Last night, I think I scared a few people, and it's a good thing. There's a book written years ago. It says only the paranoid survives. Remember that. Only the paranoid survives. And the CEOs of the world, they read that book, they quote that book. This CEO is no different. But tonight, we're going to do something really, really fun. Look, what's MLM? What's MLM? MLM, well, for some people is some extra money, yeah. For some people is they want to replace their job, fine. But I think for most people, MLM is about a dream. It's about a dream. It's about achieving something they cannot do in the job. Who agrees to that? Who agrees to that? If you agree to that, give me some reaction. Are you in MLM because you just want some extra money? Are you in MLM because you just want to replace your job and work from home with your family, which is a nice situation? Or are you in MLM? Are you in opulence because you want the lifestyle? You want the dream, the stuff you watch on TV. You want to be the actor or actress in your own movie in that lifestyle. Well, if that's what you want, freedom, good job. I mean, for sure. Opulence definitely brings freedom. But let's talk about we're dream building tonight, guys. We're dream building tonight. So I know some people say, well, for everybody's different. Some people say, my dream is, I don't know, send my kids to Harvard. Great. My dream is retire my parents. Honestly, it's a dream. But I think we want to do that because it's a noble thing. We want to give back to our parents. It's a great thing to do. And when you do that, it's great for the parents. You feel amazing. But it's not really your dream because I'm sure you have something more than that. I'm sure you prefer to do both. Retire your parents, send your kid to Harvard, and still get that McLaren. Just saying. So anyways, for me, even when I was a young man, I was 20 years old, I was always a car guy. And the guy who my makeup comes from a guy named Piero Del Bianco. I was 20 years old. I was a big car guy. And I saw a flyer with him, his Jaguar and a Porsche and the dream home. When I saw him, I met him. I was 20. He was 44. He had made his money in MLM. I thought, you know what? I want that life. I want that life. He's 44. It took him, I don't know, 4 years to do this. If it takes me 8 years, I'm still going to be only 28. So I really wanted the lifestyle, and he knew how to press my buttons. He used to, he would call me up. When I started making some money, I went full time. It took about 15 months. This is 1991, 1992. And now I'm full time in MLM. I had my fancy, actually, this was a couple of years later. I had my fancy car driving, and he would call me out of nowhere. He said, "Hey, Remy, what are you doing?" I said, "Yeah, I'm doing this, doing that." He said, "Yeah, come to my house. I want to show you something." And I would say to him, I said, Piero, I'm in Ottawa, right? Those days I lived in Ottawa, and he lived in Toronto. He says, "Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. I'll see you at 9." So he knew I was a full-time network marketer. I could do that. I was not married, no kids. I can get up and take off. And guess what? I got up and took off. So I'm getting there. I'm just before I even get there. He sees my car pull in. He's coming out. "Hey, Teresa, we'll be back later." Teresa's his wife. And I see a bright red Ferrari parked in his driveway. He just pressed my buttons that way. Every time I saw him, he had a new car. And he would throw me the keys. He would say, "Hey, let's go for a drive." "Where are we going?" Let's go to Niagara Falls." It's like 2 hours away. Let's go to Niagara Falls for coffee. And we go there. I mean, this is what made me to who I am. He showed me the dream. And remember quantum physics. I'm going to show you guys a dream in a minute. Quantum physics. Once you stretch one's imagination, it will never go back to its original form. It will never go back to its original form. So he just stretched my imagination. And of course, so that's my job, and it's your job as a leader. It's your leader's job to show you guys what's possible. Here's the reason why. Because as human beings, we can only see maybe twice where we are today, maybe 3 times where we are today. So if you're making 50 grand a year, maybe you can see yourself making 100. But you talk to somebody, did you hear that? So when you talk to somebody and say, "Hey, you're going to make $1 million," But they can't see that yet, right? So it's our job to really show them through the comp plan, through our lifestyle, through what we've done, the track record, the stories. It's our job to make sure we show them, look at all these people, they've done it, they're no different than you. If they could do it, you can do it too. And these are normal order. In MLM, they're not special people. They're ordinary people who do special things, and so that means everyone can do this. So let's just have a little bit of fun. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let me turn this around. Now, who's got pop quiz? Who's got the best car program in an MLM world? Show me. Who's got the best car program in an MLM world? Put it in the chat. I want to see it. Who? Let's see. Who's got the best car program? How many tier car program is it? Well, a lot of people give you a minivan. Like, how many tier car program do we have? How many tiers? 6-tier car program. That's right, 6-tier car program. And the first one it starts at LD1. I mean, you could do this in the first 30 days in this business. But I'm going to stretch your imagination tonight. I'm going to go through all these cars are parked here, and I'm going to tell you where. And there's not a car in the parking lot that you cannot have through our car program. So tonight we're going to have some fun. Now, hey, listen, if you like your Cadillac, great. If you like your minivan, great. I mean, no, we don't support minivans. Sorry, we don't support. It has to be luxury. It's opulence. Hey, you like it? It's opulence. All right, let's go. So let's start with the. Believe it or not, this is the Porsche section, and I'm going to say something really silly. So this is in this crowd, this is the broke section. The broke section in this crowd. All right, so beautiful GT4 RS. This is an absolute racetrack here, race car. This is a Porsche 996. I have one like this in yellow. Porsche GTS. A bunch of guys, we get together. It's part of a group we are. And this is the last meeting of the year. So these Porsches, you can get them at a level 4. Level 4, you can be driving any of these cars. And now we're getting into the McLaren section.
This one's better than all the other ones. It's fantastic.
So tell us about your car. What do you do for a living, first of all?
Window and door business.
Windows, so you're a business owner. Because this thing was like 600K when it came out.
No, it was 440 US.
440 miles, but even more than.
No.
Canadian.
1.2 something.
Yeah. So again, business owner, and that's this beautiful. This is a very special car, McLaren 675 LT. It's a track version. This car, I remember when I was younger, this was my dream car. This Porsche was absolutely my dream car. So to get to that level, now we're talking level 6, but we'll get to that level. We got more McLarens here. You can probably get this in level 4 entry. And then we got the Corvette. You can probably get this in level 3. The new Corvette, level 3. This is AMG GT. Nice car. Again, you can probably get this. This is the GTR version, the race version. So level 4, of course, beautiful Turbo S, guys. Turbo S. This is the one I have as well. I have the yellow one. What a color. Beautiful color. Level 4. This is McLaren 720S. Absolute beast. This is the one I used to have as well. Mine was a little bit different, blue. But nice. This boy, that's a level 6. This is a Corvette, level 3 or 4. If you're a Lamborghini guy, here's a beautiful Lambo. Nice blue, eh, guys? Imagine which company will tell you, I don't even know when you get to those levels why I need to pay for your cars anyways, but I think something about the company paying for your cars to drive. If blue is not your color, then you can get a green one. Here's a green Lamborghini here, right here. Beautiful car. Again, these are probably level 5. You can get those at level 5. If you like red, here's a red Lambo. Here's a McLaren again. This is the, we call this the baby McLaren. So these are all level 5. Let's continue here. Okay, this is BMW. You probably get this in level 1 and 2. McLaren. So again, this one here, level 4, entry level. This is mine. This is level 6, the LT765, the fastest car in the world. Absolutely insane. Imagine, the fastest car here is by Networker, right? This is how I started, just like you guys. What does it say? What does it say? What does it say? I wonder who that belongs to. Who's that belong to? All right, so of course we got Porsche GT3. Beautiful, beautiful car. These are buddies. More McLaren, more Porsches, more Lamborghinis. That was a Corvette, just in case you're wondering. A white Lambo. That's a matte white. Beautiful. It's a gorgeous car. You got the gray Lambo. If you like your SUVs, there is some SUVs here. AMG Mercedes, Range Rover. Wow. Wow. You guys having fun? Anyway, I have all these cars and I can never get enough of looking at cars. I can never get enough. Let me turn this around. I can never get enough. And if there's a switch off for me, this is it. This is it. For you, maybe something different. But for me, this is it. I don't do cigarettes. I like my Cuban once in a while, recent bad habit. Once in a while. I don't do alcohol. I've never done it, never smoked, never did alcohol, but car is my thing. Car is my thing. And I think a lot of people like that. And even the ones who say they don't really care, I think once they experience it, right? Once they experience it, they're gonna say, yeah, you know what? If I had to choose between having this and not having it, I'll definitely take having it, right? Let me shut down. Here you go. Yeah, so I don't think there's anyone that says, if I can get these cars and not get it, I think I'll get it, right? I think I'll get it. So you don't have to actually even get these cars. You can get yourself a Rolls Royce if you want, a Bentley. You can get yourself AMG S-Class. This is what MLM is all about. Now, here's the thing. Now, we have a bunch of people who've got car programs already. You know them. No one's at the highest level yet. I think Reza got his GLS, beautiful GLS Mercedes-Benz. That's the luxury big version of Mercedes SUV, is the top of the line. And then Rene's had a few where he had his BMW, the 550 horsepower BMW M. Then after that, he then got his Tesla model, Tesla 100D. And so, that's like a $200,000 car. So, but here's the point. Here's the point. What other business can you be in, or what other job can you be in that you can actually even have this type of conversation, right? What other job, like what job can you have that you can even have this type of dream? We call it dream building, we call it. Well, you just can't, right? You just can't. So I'm doing to you what Piero did to me, right? He just, he pressed my buttons. He pressed my buttons. He kept reminding me why I should become more than who I was. He kept reminding me that there is another side to life's menu that I didn't even know existed, that only if you have access to those that side of the menu. He wanted me to know that there are vehicles out there that, as long as I'm willing to evolve, as long as I'm willing to change, I could have access to life's full menu. And and you know what, guys? When I first got into this type of business, it was 1990. I think you guys know the story. I wanted to quit 6 times in the first 9 months. I actually wanted to quit 6 times the first 9 months. Can you imagine if 1990 I would have quit? Can you imagine the series of things that could have happened. For me, would have quit 5 multi-million-dollar businesses, MLM businesses, hundreds of thousands of people, no opulence. Imagine one guy's decision would have made such a big impact for so many people. And that's you. That's you today. You could quit, and that would be that course of action. But you can go build a team of 1 million people in 200 countries, and that would be another decision. Same person, another decision. And imagine 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I've been for 35 years. In 10, 15, 20 years from now, you would be saying to your group, if I would have quit in 2023, and you would have had all kinds of excuses why you quit in 2023. Well, we had the pandemic, we just got there's wars going on, there's inflation, interest rates are high, there was financial pressure, everything was going back. You would have all kinds of reasons why you quit, but it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. The decision would be in 10, 15, 20 years from now, the impact that you would have is not going to be there. Another decision is, now I'm going to build a team, I'm going to share the message to a lot of people. And 10, 15, 20 years from now, you've generated $300, $400, $500 million in value, and you've changed hundreds of thousands of people. And here's the thing, we also get paid on the value that we bring to the marketplace, right? We bring the value, we get paid on the value that we bring to the marketplace. So if you generate that $600 million like I have in 35 years in value, and you get paid on that, you get paid. That's how it works, right? You get paid the value that bring. If you have a job and the job gives you $25 an hour, well, that's the value that you bring to that job. Right? No, you don't think so. And I agree with you on that, because I know everyone's talent is much, much higher than that. The guy, that goes and makes 30, 40, $50,000 a month, he's not 50,000 times more smarter than the guy, who's making, 2,000 a month. They just make different decisions that bring different value. Value doesn't mean smarts. Value doesn't mean they're better. Just means they have some skills, and those skills bring value to other people. And when you bring value to other people, then you get paid more. That's all. So, if you go build their organization with opulence, that gives you, that say generates $10,000 a month in volume in your organization, but that's the value that you've brought to the organization, to the people. If you build that to $100,000 a month in volume, obviously your value is much more to the company, to the people, to the organization, and you get paid more, right? You just get paid more. You go build this up, and you start doing $1 million worth of business in your Opulence business, in your downline organization. You got people all over the place. You bring far more value to your people, because look how many people's lives you've changed, right? If you got 1,000 people, then you affected 1,000 people's lives. If you got 10,000 people, then if you got 10 people, so the more people's lives you change, bring value to them, the more you get paid. That's just how it is. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and through companies like PayPal and Tesla and SpaceX and Starlink and all of this, he has literally touched the lives of, 1 billion people, right? So he brings a hell of a lot of value to a hell of a lot of people globally. And because of that, he's the richest man in the world. See, it's not complicated, right? The formula of riches is not complicated. It's just, once you know a few things, you know it. Jim Rohn says, half a dozen things makes 80% of the difference. Jim Rohn, half a dozen things make 80% of the difference. Let me do a quick sound check. Are you guys, can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Hey, brother, good to see you. We'll see you later. Can you guys, can you hear me okay? Let me check here, make sure that my sound's okay. Okay, perfect. All right. Does this stuff make sense to you? Does this stuff make sense to you, right? So when somebody who starts a business, right? Like my friend here who has that fancy McLaren, right? He has a windows and doors business and he's had it for 30 years. He has served a lot of customers, right? He has served a lot of customers. So he's brought a lot of value to a lot of people, right? You could say in this city, a X percentage of the value in the windows and doors to home came from his shop, right? And of course, that's enough that he can afford a very nice life, including owning the top exotic brand in the world, and McLaren. So that's what you got to do. So when you ask yourself, like people ask me all the time, they say, well, how do I get rich, right? We get this question all the time. How do I get rich? What do I have to do to get rich? Okay, well, first of all, that's the first question. How do I get rich? Well, increase your value. That's all. Increase your value. And you don't determine your value, right? Like your mother doesn't determine that, right? So it's the people that determine your value. It's the people. So you increase your value, you increase your income, right? Simple. Build a team, get a lot of customers, move a lot of products, increase your value. So then people's okay. Then, all right, I want to do that. I want to increase my value. So what do I have to do? That's what they ask. What do I have to do? It's a wrong question. It's a wrong question. You have to say, who do I have to become to increase my value, right? It's not what I have to do. It's not a magic pill you take, or it's not here ABCs. You guys know what to do anyways. Go recruit and sell something, right? It's not that. It's who do I have to become? Because who you become affects your actions on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, how you think, right? And that's why it's so important for you to constantly be connected to our social media pages, to my social media pages, to your upline, build, like, and trust. If you're upline, if you take one day without inspiring anybody, you failed your team. One thing, I wrote something really special. You guys are going to see in the 28th, because I've become very spiritual about life and about success and business. I'm all for the people. I don't like what's going on in the world right now, and somehow I feel like I need to take it on my shoulder. I have a Jewish friend of mine that said to me one time, because he knows me well, and then he says, Ramin, because I was telling you what we're doing, right? Everything we're doing to fight the World Economic Forum, all that. So he looked at me, he says, so Ramin, so you're building an ark. Think about that. He says, so you're building an ark to get your people on it. So the storms of the world, they could be saved from the storm of the world. And so whatever, this is, I think, it doesn't matter what religion you are, we all ask God for help, right? I'm a Muslim, we ask God for help. You do as a Christian, you do as a Hindu, as a Sikh, as a Jewish, whatever. We call it different names, but it's the same thing. I think it's the wrong question. I think it's an unfair question. I think God has already done his job. He's not responsible for our success. God gave us everything we need. He created us everything we need. He gave us everything we need to create our own ark. He did. He gave us a brain, the ability, brought us opulence, right? Brought us this industry. So it's not, what do I have to do? Well, if there's a big storm coming, what do you have to do? Well, you need to learn who do you have to become first. You have to learn how to build the ark. Right. So this way you don't have to drown. 90% of people in the world, they don't know how to build an ark. They're drowning. They're drowning. So I look at this. By the way, guys, we have this thing coming out called it's called the retail mall. it's gonna knock your socks off. It's gonna knock your socks off. It's coming on the 18th. Like it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. So some of the leadership in the famous Telegram group, you heard of about the famous Telegram group? There's about 28 of them there. 28, and we keep adding. So put yourself on my map. You know what? Never know. You may get the invitation, right? They've already seen it, and of course, it's a very secretive thing, and nobody gets to get it out yet. And but you're gonna love the retail mall. So I'm thinking here, you know what? So how do we create, you know, how can we as in Opulence can go get as many people on the arc as possible? Because they might not know what's coming, right? They might not feel, maybe they know they don't feel like they have it. If there's anything they can do about it, maybe they don't, but then we can open the door, say, hey, you know, come on board. We really need to look at Opulence that way. There's plenty of reasons for us to do that. We have 18 years of experience. I can't believe it. It's going to be almost like 20th anniversary is coming up. It just dawned on me the other day. I told Sanaz, I said, you know, we're like almost 20 years old. Like we gotta plan something. Like this is a 20th anniversary. Like, are you kidding me? I remember the weekend I sat down. I was having one of those Ramin moments with God. I'm like, that was taken away, and sat down and wrote the business plan. It took hours to write the plan in a row. I didn't sleep at all, didn't eat. My food was sitting on the table. My mom would come and, you didn't eat your food yet. And I remember vividly what it was. Like I sat down where I was in my office, and here we are. I'm talking to you 18 and a half years later. 18 and a half years later? Are you serious? I remember the day I registered my my company was April 4th, 2005. And here we are. We're thinking we should be planning our 20th anniversary. Wow. 20th anniversary. So we think, okay, we got to do something big. You know, where do we go? Should we go to Vegas? You know, get everybody in this fancy resort. You know, get them to come and we celebrate. Do we, you know, where do we go? So you guys can throw in some ideas. You know, maybe do a little poll out there. You know, and then hey, what would you guys like to celebrate? I know some people always say Dubai, and geographically it makes sense because they're right in the middle. But yeah, it's an option. You know, it's an option. Why not? Anyways, guys, I just wanted to you know, this was a light night, and but I can tell you what we talked about tonight was probably one of the most important trainings for you. You know, the life's full menu. You have a menu in your hand, and you just don't have access to the good stuff yet, right? Yet. So what we've done with Opulence, we have given you the life's full menu, and we're showing you what's on the other pages of the menu, and we're telling you, move forward, rank up, level up, and we'll put you in the life's full menu. You get to taste, experience. Opulence is all about lifestyles, guys. It's all about lifestyles. You've heard this before, and if you haven't, this is the most important lesson of the night. People always ask, how do I do this? What's before how is why. 90% of success is why. 10% is how. 90% is why, 10% is how. Why? Because you can easily find out how to do anything. You could build a nuclear submarine. All the information is in the library. Every library in the world has all the hows. The how-to is not hard. The how-to of this business is not hard either. You already know how to do it. The question that comes when you wake up tomorrow, and it's going to get you where to do it or not, is the why. once you get that why right, that you wake up and there's no way you can do anything other than smile and other than getting that MO box, filling it up with names, pick up the phone and call people, share the news, talk to them about the ARC, get them on board, sell products, cost transition, right? And cars are leaving now, so you can hear all the oh, I'll let you enjoy that. I'll let you enjoy that. Oh, yes, baby. You go tell them. Follow life. So, hey, look, you can't tell me this is not fun, right? I mean, this is gotta be better than sitting at home before TV, right? It's gotta be better than that. So it's available to you folks. It's available to you. So understand again, tonight what we talked about is the why. Why is your promise list? Why is he setting targets? Why is the reason, the fuel, the drive that makes you do anything? You know you need to go to the gym, and you know you need to lose weight, and you know you have to diet. You know it, right? You know it. You know how to do it too. You know how to do it, but you don't until the doctor gives you a why. You go for a test, doctor says, I don't know, that sugar level is high, the cholesterol is high. Now you got a why, right? Now you make those changes. So forensic is like the doctor test. Forensic will keep you on track, gives you a why, keeps you it keeps you disciplined, if you will. Anyways, everybody, I think we're gonna call it short tonight. Hopefully you got the message. Hopefully you had fun. I can tell I can never get enough of these things. It's like spiritual experience. Hearing the sound of these different engines. Maybe for you it's something else. I know, ladies. Oh, ladies, it's like going to a designer boutique. And you got the best designer shoes, including fairy in different colors, and you're walking through them, and you can. It's something like that. It's something like that, right?